In this video, we are going to be talking about how to be confident on camera. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another video. Very excited to have you guys on. Very excited to see you. If you're joining live, please say hello in the comments. Drop me a quick note. In fact, let me just open my Facebook so I can check out and see who's coming on. Other than that, let's get cracking. And so today I'm going to be talking about how to be confident on camera. And if you're tuning in for the first time, let me tell you, this is a little series I do called Charming Confident Communication. And essentially I help people to confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you are the shyest of wallflowers. So today I'm going to be talking about communicating on camera, but more specifically how to be confident on camera. And I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips on how you can become more confident on camera. So let us get going. And if you are joining live, etc., just drop a message, drop in, say hello. I'm monitoring. Okay, so number 1, competence equals confidence. What do I mean by that? Like, the more that you know your subject, the more confident that you're going to be talking about it, right? So if you are delivering a talk specifically, then get to know your subject inside out. Like, practice it a number of times, do it a little bit, like, just research your subject. So if you're talking about something, then the more that you know your subject, then the more competent you are, the more confident that you are going to be speaking about it. I can talk about this pretty confidently because I've studied the whole concept of confidence quite a lot. In my studies of NLP or hypnotherapy or just coaching in general, I understand what it takes to become confident. So I can easily talk about it without much preparation. If you asked me to do it a number of years back, maybe I wouldn't have, and I would have, been, sitting there in the corner really nervous and like crying my eyes out, which would have been awkward, but anyhow. Now, so if you know your subject, then you are naturally going to be more confident speaking about it. So that's tip number 1, know your subject, right? Now, tip number 2 is the more. Here's what I mean, right? The more that you do something, the better that you're going to be at it. Now, and I want you to stretch gradually. Like me coming on and doing this, these videos now, which I'm attempting to do daily, is I got to, after really gradually stretching my abilities. Now, how did I even start? Like, I started by wanting to do a talk. Like, I wanted to do a talk at Toastmasters, for example. And then from wanting to do a talk at Toastmasters, I would prepare for about 3 days before I would talk. And then I would go into the bathroom with my kids over there while my daughter's bathing, and I'd be like practicing, so I have an audience who is non-judgmental. But you see, it was all about baby steps, and the more that I started progressing, the further that I got to where I get to today. Now, if you ask me to do what I'm doing right now, when I first started, I could never do that. But it's all about taking baby steps. So the more that you do, the better that you're going to get. The more steps that you take, the better that you're going to be. And stretch yourself gradually. Figure out that, hey, I want to do a talk. For example, if you want to do a talk on camera, just figure out that you want to do a talk. Practice your talk in the mirror. Guess what? You won't be judging yourself too much, right? And practice it a couple of times. Then grab someone that you know, like, and trust, or that isn't going to judge you. Your cat, maybe, for example. You might want to start with that, or a dog, right? they will still love you afterwards. Hopefully you're not that bad, it's fine. Right? And just gradually add a couple of people, but do it gradually. Stretch your comfort zone gradually. Don't just jump into the deep end if you are extremely uncomfortable. But find a bit that stretches you. What is a bit that's uncomfortable but doable, and do it in the right direction. And then once you've done that, what is the next step that's a little bit uncomfortable, until you get to a stage where you can easily communicate on camera. All right, so that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, drive your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts drive you. Look, here's the reality. A lot of us have this inside voice that, am I good enough? Can you do it? Oh, really? You're not good enough. Well, who are you to whatever? Forget all of that. Don't let those thoughts, that inner voice, or that visualization of all the things that could go wrong, don't let that drive you. You need to start learning how to get in control of your thoughts and your visualizations, rather than letting them control you. And don't feel like you're the only one that does it. We all have this natural tendency. Like if you have fear, worry, anxiety, etc., it's typically because of either you're visualizing something that could go wrong, or you are having that self-talk, that negative self-talk. Learning how you can control that, and I'm not going to go into it too much because that I could spend a whole day on it, and in fact I do when I teach things like NLP, etc., or I do my confidence courses. There's so much that you can do, but invest the time to learn how to control your thoughts, or to write your thoughts, to determine what do I want to be thinking, and start to drive your thoughts and visualize what could go right, or visualize it going well, and the things that you should be saying to yourself, and how to control that negative talk. If you are able to learn how to drive your thoughts versus your thoughts driving you, it won't just benefit you on being confident on camera. It will allow you to be confident in every area of your life, whether it's presenting, or how to be confident socially, or how to be confident in your own body, or how to be happier and more successful, or whatever it is, or how to have more drive, whatever it is. Once you learn how to control your thoughts versus your thoughts controlling you, you can seriously alter your thoughts. And a lot of it comes down to the questions that we ask ourselves. So learn how to drive your thoughts versus your thoughts driving you. That was number 3. The number 4, and this one, I am super guilty of this. I've been guilty of this for a long time. I am not anymore, or I do it way less than I used to, right? And that is, stop comparing yourself to others. Have you ever compared yourself to someone that's better than you and then thought, no, I can't do it, I'm not as good as this person? Maybe you're comparing yourself to this video that I'm doing right now, and I hope not, because I'll be doing you a disservice. But if you compare yourself to someone out there that is doing way better than you, then you are going to stop yourself from moving forward. What you should always do is compare yourself to how you were yesterday. Like, start to learn to compare yourself, so that you are improving yourself. You are working on taking yourself a step forward. And here's the crazy question that you should always consider is if you've been looking at people that are doing amazingly well, like people that are doing way better than you, right? If you just keep looking at them and then not taking action, isn't a better thing to do is to ask yourself, is there someone with less talent than me but is doing better than me? And the answer is usually yes, right? Why are you comparing yourself to the best person out there when, guess what? There's someone that's worse than you and does better than you, right? Here's this catch-22 that we have in our mind, right? We don't want to do anything because we don't want to take action because, but I'm not as good as this person, or I'm not as amazing as this, or I'm not this. But then we also give ourselves a hard time because we start comparing ourselves, and then how did this person do it? They don't even have the talent. They don't even have the skill. They couldn't do whatever. They couldn't spread butter on bread. Okay, that was really terrible. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward, but anyhow, so but if you're, you can't have that, you can't do both those things, right? You want to start looking at the negative one, or the person that's doing better than you, that's less skilled than you, and start saying, you know what, if this person can do it, then so can I. That's the direction that I want you to go in. So that was number 4. Yeah, number 1, if you're going to compare yourself to someone, compare it to someone that's doing better than you but has less skill than you. Don't compare yourself to the best, because that's futile, right? Or compare yourself to yourself. That is the most powerful, and that's the one I recommend. Start comparing yourself to yourself. How was I yesterday? How can I improve today so that I was better than yesterday? What can I do today to take me that little step forward? And as long as you are improving and getting better, that's it. Because if you improve 1% a day, in 100 days, you're not 100% better. You're even more because of compounded interest. But I'm not going to give you a math lesson here because, my math ain't that good. I can just tell you it's compounded. I can't tell you the exact number. So, yeah. Anyhow, let us move on. So that was number 4. And then number 5, my number 5 tip to being confident on camera is communicate to one. And what do I mean by that, right? If you start thinking of communication as like an audience of thousands of people, first of all, it takes a while for people to find your videos and stuff like that. Like you're not gonna be like super famous you're not gonna have millions of people seeing it. But even if you did, right? You are talking to one camera, and you can just imagine your ideal person, the person that supports you the most, the person that loves your jokes, the person that finds you hilarious, the person that thinks you're the most amazingly good looking, whatever, I don't know. Just find one person that you feel so comfortable talking to, and imagine that camera is that person. And just notice how you can become a lot more comfortable speaking to that camera, and that comfort comes across. So that is my live video for today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me just give a quick shout out to Alex Loki, Shahid Sheikh. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Right, that's who I can see so far. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you found this useful. That was 5 tips on how to be confident on camera. For more tips on how to take your communication to that next level, subscribe. Remember, I speak to people and I can help you to confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you are the shyest wallflower. So I thank you very much for tuning in. Subscribe, and I will see you on another video very soon. One love, peace out, and I will catch you soon.